It's been a pretty rough week for the QA testing over at Epic Games, as not only the 6.12 patch was delayed until this morning to fix issues, but there have been several bugs causing necessary quick hotfixes, and we now know when the Fortnitemares event will conclude, plus more leaks to discuss. For the patch, a new item comes to the game that had been leaked a few weeks ago with balloons that come in packs of 20, and when you hold 6 or more at a time, you will start floating upwards, which you can do by selecting the item and then pressing the fire button, while the alt fire button makes you let go of a balloon. I don't know if Epic didn't pass 3rd grade math, but 20 isn't divisible by 6, so I don't know the reason why we'll have these two awkward leftover potential balloon animals. Heading into the vault and being removed from the game are the semi-automatic sniper rifle, dual pistols, and the bane of Season 3's existence, the guided missile, which after nerfs is more like a colonoscopy since it was just an exploratory device. Additionally, 25% of explosive damage will now penetrate structures and the environment, so get ready for some amazing wall bangs. Thank you, Epic, for nerfing building again. And the last bit of weapon news is with the grappler and attaching to vehicles with respect to trajectory and momentum, so if you want to do some physics, you could read the patch notes. Also in movement changes with the glider redeploy system from the last patch, glider audio is now prioritized over weapon audio within certain ranges. However, the balloons are pretty quiet, so you'll still have to worry about getting snuck up on like walking down a sketchy alleyway. Lastly, in updates, there was a delay between taking consecutive small shields, so that has now been fixed, so you can get back into the fight faster to deal with those fuck trumpets that shot you. Speaking of people playing like douche canoes, the week 6 challenges are also now available, which for people that don't have access to their mom's credit card for the battle pass, include just placing chiller traps in 3 different matches, not the more annoying than mumble rap getting eliminations with said traps, then searching for chests at 7 different named locations, and 3 shotgun eliminations, which are labeled hard, but if you don't do this in the 3 different games that you need to set those traps for, then you're fucking playing the game wrong. For those people that need even more carrots to dangle and shelled out for the money for the opportunity to do so, you'll need to deal 250 damage to an opponent with a pickaxe, so get ready for some smack BM like Chris Brown to Rihanna, and 3 different stage challenges. The first being landing at different locations that you'd normally never go because the loot is shit or they're on the outskirts of the map and it takes you way too goddamn long to get in the zone. Then a weapon challenge where you need to kill players with different rarities of guns, starting with common and ending all the way up with legendary. And lastly, the sheet music challenge. This one doesn't make you play Toccata and Fugue like you'd expect for a Halloween challenge, but you need to go to 2 different locations, Pleasant Park and Retail Row. The first tier is in Pleasant Park, with the sheet music stand located on the 1st floor in the blue house of the giant spider in the middle of the northern side of the town. Once you've grabbed it, head to the mountain west of Pleasant Park to find a giant set of keys on the ground. Play CEGEC, which is the never use 135 chord progression. The next tier is over in Retail Row in the eastern part of town. Head into the building with all the bookshelves to find the sheet music, and then move south to the corrupted zone where you'll find more giant random keys to play AEFAECA, which Google mistakes for Toto's Africa when typing that chord progression into the search engine. Well played, Epic. Anyways, after you complete all these challenges, you'll get the week 6 loading screen shown here, which makes this game seem more like a horror western than a ripoff of a Japanese coming-of-age movie. If you thought we were done with menial busy work just like a Billy Mays commercial, but wait, there's more, as all 4 different sets of the Fortnitemares challenges have been revealed that need to be done in order to get the Dark Engine back bling with an official end time of this Sunday, November 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which I don't know if is actually 1 p.m. or really 12 p.m. because we're doing daylight savings this Sunday and we're setting our clocks back an hour. Anyways, this will conclude with a one-time event that no doubt players in the game will be trying to connect to the server, so good luck with that intentional DDoS. You just played yourself. But hey, at least this time we won't have to watch some poor twat waffle live stream staring at Loot Lake for hours on end, since we have a definitive time that this is going to happen. More on this event later, but there have been plenty of issues with both parts 3 and 4 of the Fortnitemares challenges, including accidentally giving 350 battle stars instead of XP, which has been patched, but it wasn't retroactive, and since counting apparently isn't Epic Games' strong suit, some of part 4 challenges weren't properly being tracked at all. At TwitchCon's Fall Skirmish event, several items were removed from the game, including cube monsters, the insta-outbuild your opponent items, and shockwave grenades in order to try and make Skill King in a game that's littered with RNG in a tournament, and the Zoe skin has been disabled temporarily due to a bug found with rendering, but maybe Epic has been looking at too much of Rule 34. Speaking of skins, there have been a ton of new things to play dress up with in a shooter game, data mined from the patch, including a female version of the worst skin in the game riding a llama, yeehaw, Instinct, which is what a fundamental Islamic woman would look like in SWAT gear, and Reflex, the male counterpart, Flapjacky, which looks abso-fucking-lutely nothing like the pancakes that the skin claims to love in the description, but looks more like what the side dish bacon used to be, Ruckus and Mayhem, ripoffs of leftover Borderlands characters, Growler, which looks like a dog within a dog dog costume as if the exhibit meme got out of control. Spooky Team Leader, just another palette swap of every furry's wet dream, and Shogun, which is also another palette swap of a former skin. For gliders, there's Pivot that go with the Instinct and Reflex skins, Junk Jet for the Borderlands skins, Poofy Parasail that matches Flapjacky or Growler's colors, and Kabuto for people that like heads on their wings. For pickaxes, there's Splinter Strike for people that don't get queasy with tweezers. Try and say that 5 times fast. Queasy with tweezers, queasy with tweezers, queasy. Angular Axe for the military costumes, Jack Spammer for those awful onesies, and Jawblade if you like heads on pikes. Man, that Shogun collection is full of fun faces. Epic is trying to be one of the cool kids here and getting in on the Kevin the Cube nickname for the Lil Kev back bling, which seems to have some challenges associated with it, like gain 5,000 XP, outlive 500 opponents, and play 15 matches, so it might be one of those backpacks that comes in different colors. There's also a new emote called Crazy Feet, as if the original wasn't insane enough for you. Sometimes data mining turns up lack of things as well as additions, and unfortunately for fans of pajamas that should only be for infants, the K-pop and onesie skins are no longer found in the files for the game, which is odd considering that they look almost finished. As far as that Sunday 1 PM event goes, there have been assets found that pertain to the cube with images of it cracking and eventually exploding, as well as a literal butterfly for a possible butterfly effect with star fields and other splash effects. Finally, after all is said and done, the island currently above Loot Lake seems to have fractured into lots more pieces than we have at the moment to potentially look like this when finished, which is a shitload of a lot better than having an untraversable area smack in the middle of the map. Anyways, what do you think the event will be like on Sunday, and will you be tuning in to see it firsthand? I've been the Schwantz27 out like DJ Durkin, only a day late. Until next time.